Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about universal basic income and what that is. Universal basic income is a social policy concept in which government provides all citizens or residents of the country with the regular, unconditional cash payment. I don't think the government itself produces anything. That's one defender takeaways from this idea. Government does not produce anything. It doesn't make anything. Government just sits there and watches people doing things. So if government sits there and watches other people doing it, so it's I wish government did something. This payment is typically made of on a regular basis, such as monthly, weekly, or yearly, and it's intended to cover basic living expenses, regardless of individual's employment status or income level. The key features of universal basic income, let's take a look at those. Unconditional. Universal basic income is typically given without any means, testing, or work requirements. Every eligible individual, regardless of their income, employment status, or weight, age, or any other factors, receives the payment. Okay. Regular payments are made at regular intervals, such as monthly, uh, whichever agreed time frame that might be, to ensure a consistent income for recipients. Cash universal basic income is provided in the form of cash, which allows individuals to spend it on their most pressing needs, whether it's food, housing, healthcare, education, or other essentials. That's an idea, and I don't know who came up with this particular idea. Either it was a group of people, and I'm here to cover this concept, or if anything, to understand this concept a little better myself, to understand what's going on, what's happening, right? The goal of universal basic income is multi-phase, so it's more than one reason why having a universal basic income might be a good idea. I'm not entirely sure what kind of systems we currently have within different central governments. There are some credit systems, so where people would get paid if they lose their job. There's a safety net, so perhaps there are currently some systems in place, and with some changes taking place with AI implementations, and they help to improve some of the business. So if there was a, let's take an example, right? If there is some government agency that employs a lot of admin staff, the only thing what the admins are doing, sitting there and perhaps organizing paperwork, signing some letters, right? Printing some, talking to each other, so whatever those people admins are doing, right? And there's a potential risk of AI replacing need for people to sit there in the office, perhaps. There are a lot of people out there who are thinking about how they could potentially do more, or perhaps instead of spending a lot of day. So some of the people perhaps goes to work, and out of 8 hours, what they're doing about 3 hours of work. So even those 3 hours can be replaced with AI, and then those individuals thinking instead of perhaps developing themselves, improving, we're looking for different alternatives, education, perhaps looking at different systems and what they can offer more value. I hope that's not all individuals out there, right? And so some of those individuals are just worried, right, and how they can ask government to cover some of the expenses that they might incur during particular periods, and then they worried about that. That's universal basic income comes in, where are a lot of different programs already, and that's just perhaps a new one that came up recently, where 40,000, it can potentially be about 40,000 of different individuals with different government organizations, and about 10,000 of those individuals can be replaced with AI potentially, right? So it's large replacements of workforce, right? And AI, if AI will replace that, so AI should pay that. So how it works, right? For those individuals to stay without the job for some period of time, or they I guess that if AI would perform better, perhaps the industry is changing and moving forward. So it has get on with the program and perhaps reinvent yourself. Try to think about it in different ways, how you can offer value to large groups of individuals. Let's take a look at some of the goals that universal basic income is trying to overcome. Poverty reduction. Universal basic income aims to reduce poverty by providing financial safety net for all citizens, including those who may not qualify for traditional welfare programs, which is a good idea, I guess. We all need some safety nets. I can tell you one thing, especially if you're up there, putting yourself on the line, I guess, taking some challenging industries jobs and to see if even working as admin in those industries is something that will work out in the long term. Income inequality. Advocates argue that universal basic income can help reduce income inequality by redistributing wealth and ensuring that everyone receives minimum level of income. Not necessarily that's something that I believe in, but I believe that everyone should develop systems that would potentially generate income, not necessarily yourself being there and selling your time for money. So that's even the worldview is upside down for whoever thought about this particular approach. Simplicity. Universal basic income simplifies the welfare system by replacing numerous means-tested programs with a single, straightforward cash payment. So with no question asked, so to highlight this fact, and no question asked system. So well, perhaps, I guess, I'm not entirely sure how those systems work right now, and some of the systems were highlighted within the US about single mothers and how much payments those women will receive growing kid without a father instead of growing kids with a father, right? So if they would receive large cash payments growing kids without a father, so that's incentive to grow a kid without a father and receive a lot of cash instead. So this is what's happening in the US, and I don't know what kind of advantages and what would lead to implementing this particular system. Financial security. I already know that that's all the people should like. If they have a house, food, they should keep all the necessities at least covered. So I completely agree with this bit. Universal basic income provides individuals with financial security, helping them to cope with unexpected expenses, job losses, or economic downturns. I agree with this one. So even though those ones are necessary, there's some of the challenges that so some people perhaps need to overcome. Perhaps there's something to it. Just so there will be more appreciation, I guess. So, but financial security, I agree with that one. Encouraging entrepreneurship. Some proponents believe that universal basic income can foster entrepreneurship and innovation by providing financial cushion that allows individuals to take risks and pursue their passions. I agree with this one. Yeah, so it's more people trying to think about the unique ways of perhaps developing new projects and delivering those projects. And some of those projects can be really challenging, especially when you need to work with some of the people up there within the government who are not necessarily interested in being there in the first place, and not being in the first place, and they can be replaced by AI. So perhaps that's one of the problems that are going to be solved in the next couple of years or so. So people don't want to be there for 8 hours. They're performing for 3 hours. I don't know what they're doing over there in the first place. So take those individuals and put them somewhere else where they want to be in the gardens growing vegetables. I don't know what they're interested in. Whatever, if they don't want to be there, perhaps they should be somewhere else doing something else, right? Instead of trying to slow down entrepreneurships over there, trying to argue about better laws and regulations in place. So just this is my personal feedback, I guess. Automation with concerns about job displacement due to automation and artificial intelligence. which automation and artificial intelligence are two different systems, right? Which potentially all the people, especially in the business world, should aim for, right? Automation, the replacement perhaps of people who need to go on holidays. Why those people need to be there in the first place? Everyone should aim for automation. So if it could be any of those places can be replaced with the robots, let them be replaced with the robots in the first place. So have you tried working with those people out there? Those people up there, they're not interested in what they're doing in the first place. I've been there, I've done it. If they don't want to be there, if they can be replaced with robots, let's replace them and let those people do something else. Artificial intelligence is the same thing. If those people don't want to be there, don't want to do that, replace them with artificial intelligence. Let them do something else. If they're up there, want to do island hopping or something like that, jump to one island, have a couple of drinks or whatever, go on holidays for 5 years or so. Let them do that. Why are we slowing those people down by finding them jobs which can be replaced with robots? Let those people to build those robots in the first place. Let's do it like that. Let those people code, build those robots. Once they build those, try to think about the way about owning IP rights, so those robots can potentially generate income, right? So you're building a system. Those robots can generate income, and then you can do whatever you want. Try to build one of those robots which would work. Try to overcome this challenge. What would be required of you, and from there you can do whatever you want. You already are offering a lot of value to large groups of people, right? Either way, universal basic income is often discussed as a way to address potential future unemployment and job market shifts. It's important to note that universal basic income is a topic of ongoing debate, and opinions about the feasibility, cost, and potential impacts vary widely. Critics argue that implementing universal basic income on a large scale may be prohibited, expensive, lead to inflation, or discourage work. Supporters, on the other hand, believe that universal basic income can be a valuable tool to address poverty and inequality in society. For people out there who are interested in perhaps learning more about their body, what will be required of your body, if it's something that you're looking for to improve it, perhaps lose some weight, increase body mass, or overall increase your fitness level. Just some of those areas I'm covering in this book, as well as the rest periods, working out, and perhaps eating, and some of the areas how to address those. Whatever you might be interested in to become more active and improve overall your body, your performance, perhaps the way how you feel. If it's something that you are interested in, to understand a little bit more about your body, different areas, where to begin when entering in your fitness journey, I would highly recommend to purchase this book. You can find it in the description below, as well as top retailers has this book. Several countries and regions have experimented with UBI pilot programs, and some cities and states have also considered of implementing variations of universal basic income to test its effectiveness. And discussions around UBI continues to evolve, and its implementations remain a subject of political and economical debate in many parts of the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.